I haven't been very active recently because I've been trying to get as much sleep as possible because I don't want to develop dementia at age 20. And there, now you know why the past several weeks have been so barren. I was also making an hour-long video and then realized I made a mistake right at the beginning that persists through the entire thing, so I had to re-edit the entire thing, but it should be done pretty soon. But enough about me. This isn't about me. This is about the Game Theorist channels, more specifically Film Theory. I used to love game theory. I would watch it all the time when I was younger. Even if it covered something I didn't really know about or cared, I would still find the videos interesting. But I actually liked film theory a lot more because I'm more into movies than video games. But as I got older, I just started getting really frustrated with MatPat. The videos would get longer and more boring, and theories would get easier to debunk. There'd only be like 3 pieces of evidence for a 20-minute long video. And I began to find the whole persona of MatPat just really annoying and forced. Not necessarily saying that he's like a bad person in real life or anything, I just don't like his persona. But when he dropped his final theory, I was there and I watched the entire thing. It was a really great video with a really great message. But I never cared to watch any of the videos after that. I can't really judge their quality because I haven't seen them, but I've heard Santi's pretty good. But enough dancing around it. The whole reason I wanted to make this video is to say, Film Theory, if I hadn't quit watching you before, I'd do it now because you are dead to me. Now, I know this isn't exactly new, I just recently caught wind of it because news travel's a little slow for me, but Film Theory covered an analog horror series that was entirely made by AI, or at least the visuals were made by AI. Now, I don't want to say what the series is called, nor do I want to show any images of it, because then that would be driving more attention towards it, and also because I'm lazy and I don't want to Google a bunch of images. So, for the sake of this video, we're going to refer to it as Leo's Toy Store. And Leo's Toy Store has been quite the subject of a lot of controversy, with some people saying it's AI and we should not support it, and that's that. With others saying, well, why is it such a big deal? What's the problem with it being AI? Well, none of that matters because Mr. Film Theory made his decision, and they covered Leo's toy lore out the wazoo. And the way they addressed it in the video was basically, look guys, AI good, shit, Freudian slip, AI bad, artist good, now let's go be gigantic hypocrites. Their response to it was, we're going to talk about the AI on the side and just view it simply for what it is. And honestly, that's not a terrible way to approach the situation. But what really bothers me is there is such thing as separating the art from the artist, separating the art from the art itself. But what are you even supposed to separate here? But how is it then? Is, almost said the real thing, Leo's Toy Store actually as good as people say? Well, that is subjective. Personally, I actually do find it pretty scary. Now, there are a lot of different types of horror and types of fear, and I've had my own thoughts on the different genres, but Leo's Toy Store in particular I find scary just because I am a pussy when it comes to internet screamer videos. And screamers are considered like some of the lowest form of horror, like literally all you need is loud noises, flashy lights, and a real world person's likeness to abuse. But what about the rest of the series? Is the story good? Well, I haven't seen too much of it, as again I'm trying to avoid supporting it. So I've seen clips of other people's reactions, and I will say there are some mixed opinions on it. Now keep in mind these aren't my opinions, so take them with a grain of salt. One thing that's often praised about the series is its story, or at least the premise of the story. So what it's about is humanity is dying, and so to save itself, it needs a miracle. And so they lure one of God's angels from heaven down to earth, and then they kidnap him, and then they, well, I don't want to say they milk him, but like, that's kind of the perfect way to describe it. They start milking him of his angel juice, and they use, no, not angel, miracle juice, and they use it to make miracles or whatever. And I actually also really like that idea. Humans always try to find ways to abuse the concept of life itself, exploit every little thing they find, turning it into cattle. It's almost like AI, but A common criticism with the series is that the world building makes no goddamn sense because, well, the visuals can't really communicate the state of the world if the visuals are inconsistent because they're made by a machine. Sometimes it looks like the future, other times it's the present, sometimes it's like the past. I think at one point a cyclops just shows up out of nowhere and it's never explained. Like I said, that's not my thoughts. I actually really like the idea of something being set like in the past and the future at the same time. I think that's unique. But whether or not that's the actual artist's vision, or air quotes artist's vision, or if that was just something spat out by the AI, that's yet to be seen. There's another common accusation is that the dialogue and the story are made by AI because sometimes it's kind of weird. There's not really a whole lot of evidence behind that, not yet anyway. Oh, but why should it matter? Who cares? If I like the series, if the visuals are cool, if I find it scary, the story's good, why should any of it matter then? Why is it such a big deal that it was made by a machine? Alright then, alright. Picture this. We were both butt naked banging on the bathroom floor. Okay, forget that, forget that. Picture this. You see something, you really like it, you really enjoy it. It's really good. It's so cool and good. It has everything you like. You love it. You support the art, the artist, the creator. You tell all your friends about it. You give it all the good reviews, and then you find out it was plagiarized. Everything you liked about it was taken from something else. AI is plagiarism. It uses training data without people's consent. No matter what way you want to spin it, that is theft. Who cares if it copies other stuff? That's just drawing inspiration. Everything is based on something that came before it. It does not matter how specific your prompt is. The AI will do whatever it wants. It will take data from things that you, the prompter, probably haven't even heard of. And really, the whole laziness thing, I don't even care about that as much anymore. I don't get why anyone would ever not want to put their blood, sweat, and tears into something. If you want to be lazy and just shit out a product, then fine, whatever, go ahead, do it. But I draw the line when actual plagiarism is involved. YouTube animator Dr. Nowhere has not quite accused but suggested that there is a chance that Leo's toy store plagiarized his work, and although there's no evidence, its existence is still hurting him and a lot of other artists. And it is so hypocritical that Film Theory would still cover AI content. And just last night, they released a response video to all of their AI-related shenanigans. In a shell nut, they said, we're gonna try to avoid it, but it's also unavoidable, so guess we're fucked. Here's a bright idea. Try harder. You have a platform. When you speak, people listen. When your subreddits suggested Leo's Toy Store, you could have said, no, that is some AI slop, and we will not entertain that shit, and that would set a precedent that AI will not be tolerant. But no, you didn't do that. You covered that shit. You spread it around. You spread it like AIDS. And then there's the final boss of AI arguments. 2 words. So what? Who cares? Maybe it is plagiarized. Maybe it all is lazy content. Why should I give a shit? If I enjoy it, if it makes me happy, what's the big deal? Why does any of it matter? And you know what? You're right. I agree with you. Yes, I think we shouldn't think about what we consume. We shouldn't feel emotion. There shouldn't be any artistry in art. There's no soul. We don't need soul. What we need is stimulation. What we need is to be distracted, to not live with our own thoughts. I want to guzzle the content. I want you to stuff my mouth with slop like the little piggy that I am. burns. It it burns. I don't want to be left alone, please. Don't leave me alone. I don't want to think about things. I don't want to think about it. Just, please. Let me have this. I'm a hypocrite. I need to confess something. On my music playlist, I have a few, like maybe 2 or 3 AI songs. So, what can I say? Plankton singing Adele, it just works. Um, Also, Monkey Does a Thing, a choose your own adventure game that I made, has some AI images in it. Look, people always talk about, like, oh, AI will become indistinguishable. No, it fucking won't. You're just not paying attention to it. When you're scrolling on Twitter, you pass, like, the Pope and Balenciaga jackets, and you just glance at it. Obviously, you're gonna get tricked. But I've made a point to study AI images very closely, and I have never once been fooled by an AI video or song or anything. Not even just, like, AI itself, but sometimes context can give it away. And whenever I made Monkey Does a Thing, some of the backgrounds, some of the props were AI images just because I grabbed them off Google as quickly as I could. So I didn't really notice. But I did later. I did figure it out on my own later. And also the opium bird is in the game because I wanted to reference that meme. That, I will admit, I did make that earlier, about a year or 2 ago, so I hadn't really caught on to why AI was bad yet, but I still included it. Can't change it now. If you want to play Monkey Does a Thing, shameless plug, I'll leave it link in the description. But yeah. And I've heard that the creator of Leo's Toy Store wanted to get actual voice actors and actual animation, maybe remaster the series, maybe even like delete the AI version or whatever. I respect that, but I don't know the status on any of that quite yet. And some people they say like, "Oh, I didn't even know it was AI." Fucking how? Did you watch it? Like, I'm not trying to sound like rude, but like literally, even if some parts of it look convincing, if there's like a single bit of weird animation or glob of like shapes and colors that doesn't line up, I'm putting on the Inspector Gadget hat. I'm Go Gadget magnifying glass, scrutinizing the hell out of this whole thing. Even like the fact that it uses AI voices. Yes, all the voices are obvious AI. That feels kind of like a subtle hint at its wider nature. Doesn't think hold on. Isn't like the creator of Leo's Toy Store, like his actual name, it has like AI in his profile name? How did you miss that? God damn it. And one more thing before I drop Leo's Toy Store completely and I'm going to be done talking about it for the duration of the video. There is one episode that's the Boots poem. It's just the Boots poem. And this feels wrong. This is not right. That poem is about the British invading South Africa, and it's like a real thing that happened. Like real people died. So to put it in your analog horror series, honestly, even like aside from AI being used, that does just feel kind of distasteful. Unless maybe the theme of the story like ties into that somehow, but I really doubt it. So what now? Just spread our cheeks and wait for Ultron to clap us? No. How about we destroy all the AI on the planet, just wipe them all off the face of the earth? A little extreme, tempting, but also no. I have a plan, a treaty, if you will, something that I think will make everyone happy. The artists, the audience, the critics, even the AI bros will be satisfied. So here's my idea of a perfect AI world. Training data will be stock images. Public domain, fair use, free to use images. Maybe even have it be like public what the training data actually is, have an option where it shows you what's being used. Maybe some people can even submit their own work if they want to, only if it's theirs. You know how on Disney Plus, whenever you click something, it has like a little warning at the top left where it's like, hey, contains flashing lights, contains product placement. Just have one of the things be contains AI. If you go on something's IMDb, next to the rating, it's like percentage of AI, 0, 25%, 64%, 100%. If not safe for work material is labeled and kept in its private spaces, so too should AI. If we already have live action, animation, and stop motion, fine, whatever. AI can join the crowd. It's gonna be that one cousin at family gatherings that's still there, but no one really wants to talk to or touch. Imagine categories on Netflix: horror, action, kids, anime, AI. It's separate but equal. Oh shit. I just called it separate but equal. You know what I mean, right? And for the love of God, can we please have an anti-AI filter on Google Images? I am so tired of getting blasted by monstrosities every time I Google mice or whatever. And actually, while we're at it, can we just have a Google filter in general? Like, sometimes I want to search something, but there's something else that has the same name, and it's like either more popular or more recent, so most of the results are that, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for something else. It just keeps cluttering everything. Like, I can't type no, because then it's just gonna give me more of that thing. So, write this shit down, Google. There, that's my plan. What do you guys think? I truly, honestly, do not believe AI will ever replace humans. Tyler of Knowledge Hub once said something along the lines of, it was like, if AI were to become indistinguishable from human works, which it won't, and if it were to become fully controllable and fully consistent, which it also won't, then at the end of the day, it will still be everything humans have previously made mashed together. And the result of that can only be one thing: generic. And nobody wants generic. If you want to support human creators and not a soulless machine, I would recommend Dr. Nowhere. I mentioned him earlier and he's really talented. Also, Obelisk is a series I haven't seen, but I've heard good things about it. I also recommend Rot. It's a really great series by the East Patch that utilizes the format of a YouTube video very well. And if the name East Patch sounds familiar, that's because they're the ones that made Angel Hair, and also I think they've spoken out against use of AI, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so all that's going to be linked in the description, along with Monkey Does a Thing, just saying if you're curious about my Choose Your Own Adventure game. But, yeah, that's all I've got to say. And I'm really not scared of the robot uprising either, it just sounds too good to be true. The real world tends to be a lot more mundane. What we should really be worried about is the tech bro. If we don't do something about them, then the future's gonna look something like this.
Chip's unique design suggests there were no fatalities.
Huh? Oh, come on! You gotta admit this is cool! Just like a movie! The robot will emerge dramatically, do some damage, throw in some screaming people, and just when all hope is lost, Syndrome will save the day! I'll be a bigger hero than you ever were.
You mean you killed off real heroes so that you could pretend to be one?
Oh, I'm real. Real enough to defeat you! And I did it without your precious gifts, your oh-so-special powers. I'll give them heroics. I'll give them the most spectacular heroics anyone's ever seen! And when I'm old and I've had my fun, I'll sell my inventions so that everyone can be superheroes. Everyone can be super! And when everyone's super... no one will be.